Now, in general, dancers have what I call a lot of enemies. Some of the things to remember when you're thinking about dancer rolls is friction. Friction is a big enemy of a dancer. You want to stay away from O-ring type cylinders. You want to try to use low friction cylinders like glass line cylinders that they don't have any O-rings in them, or rolling diaphragm cylinders. Again, they have very low friction. Momentum and inertia, we talked about that previously a couple of times, but basically a body in motion wants to stay in motion. So you want to try to use lightweight components so that you're decreasing that momentum and inertia. You want to try to stay away from, at all times, stay away from weight-loaded dancers, because weight-loaded dancers, that extra weight that you're using for loading also will contribute to momentum and inertia concerns. You want to try to use dancers that are loaded with air loaded or other methods. Gravity is always an enemy of a dancer. You want to try to use lightweight components to decrease the effect of gravity on your dancer. Some of the linear moving dancers, like the linear dancer, instead of moving up and down, a lot of times you'll see them moving parallel to the floor, so you're eliminating or reducing the effects of gravity on that dancer. And if you can, rotational type dancers are a good choice there, because they do eliminate that effect of gravity on the dancer. One of the things you'll see is older dancers, a lot of times back in the old days, they were weight loaded, and basically you would add or subtract weight from the dancer. Literally little metal weights or some kind of weights. You would add or subtract those in order to change tension on your web. Newer designs use air cylinders for loading and pressure regulators to add or subtract tension. So when you want to add tension to your web, you would literally adjust some kind of mechanical pressure regulator, and as you add pressure into an air cylinder, you're adding tension to your web. And really, today's designs use low friction cylinders, again, like glass lined or rolling diaphragm cylinders, which are very low friction. And instead of using pressure regulators, a lot of times today they use I to P or E to P converters, where they're, instead of adjusting a pressure regulator, you're adjusting a potentiometer, and then there's a closed loop feedback to an electronic pressure regulator. It gives you very accurate loading control within the cylinder of your dancer. Older dancer designs use potentiometers to sense the position of a dancer, and potentiometers have wearing parts, and they will require replacement from time to time. Really, today's dancers use non-contact sensors. Non-contact sensors might be proximity sensor that has that gives you an analog output, or you might use an encoder of some type, so that you get much better accuracy than just a standard old potentiometer, and longer life, because you don't have that mechanical motion of a wiper rubbing against a stator within a potentiometer. So you're getting better again, better accuracy, longer life out of sensing methods today.